術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to Upper Day Hypertrophy Day. Hypertrophy Day, because no more Dynamic Effort Day. If you are new here, well, it does not really matter because you kind of really don't know the progress process that I'm in. But we used to do conjugate around these parts, and it used to be Dynamic Effort Upper, as in today, as in Saturday, April 26th. So there have been things going on with my shoulder. My shoulder is feeling a lot better now that I'm not putting extreme pressure on it from barbell bench pressing. But dumbbell pressing, flat or incline, feels pretty good on it. I can still feel a little bit. I still get kind of like twinges, some pain like shooting into my neck, like collarbone from the shoulder. Slowly getting better, ever so slowly, but I think backing off the barbell bench press like completely helped a lot with pain and hopefully recovery. But hopefully doing dumbbell pressing, incline and flat, and doing it with a full stretch, not in terms of a hypertrophy sake, but like a mobility sake. Like if I can go all the way, I feel the stretch, it feels nice on the shoulders, especially after I finish training. And so who knows, maybe that like whole stretch in the dumbbell press position at the bottom helps with like shoulder and can kind of strengthen it in certain ways. But who knows, maybe I'll build some muscle as well. So that's always a plus. Today we are doing, it's basically based around Hypertrophy Day. And the first movement is an incline dumbbell press. I really had to step off the break from dumbbell pressing because I was really pushing more weights than thinking about reps, quality of reps, and pushing reps for sets. So I was just more focused on getting stronger and seeing if I can push reps and then push weight, then the reps. So once I reached a threshold, I would push the weight again, but obviously that's just to get stronger. And I think that took a toll on my shoulder as well. So I like backed off the weight and starting to push more reps and the quality of reps. And hopefully that helps with my shoulder. And who knows, maybe I'll bench 275 again in the future. But barbell bench press is quite on the back burner, like so far behind me that I can't even see it. So we're gonna get to our first exercise, incline dumbbell press, low incline dumbbell press for sets of, I'm not too sure yet, at 50 pounds. I believe I said that. I programmed 13 reps. Maybe I should up the weight, but I like the higher reps right now because it feels nicer on the shoulder, even though it might be a little bit more fatiguing. But I'd rather not push weight too hard, too fast. So last week I programmed 12. This week I'm programming 13. And let's see how it goes. First set. All right, I definitely have to clean up the form there. My foot positioning, I'm trying to like figure that out still, if I want to put them up or put them down. I did not feel stable, so I'll probably put my feet down for the next set. I got 15 reps there. I'm gonna see if I can maintain that for the next couple sets. And then I'll know for next week, I'll push up the weight. So far, for this exercise, for mostly the big compound exercises, especially for like bench, once I hit like 15 reps, I'll up the weight and then go from there and then kind of build my way up and see how it feels on the shoulder. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Shoulders feeling pretty good. For some reason still, overhead pressing like I did on Wednesday just feels nice on the shoulder. So maybe it's strengthening certain muscles within my shoulder and the rotator cuff and getting that stronger. And maybe it's speeding up the process. But barbell bench pressing is off the table right now. So maybe I'll get stronger at the overhead press and maybe that will carry over to bench press. But like I said, we're not too worried about barbell bench press. So I'm gonna rest a little bit and I'll catch you for the next exercise. Incline dumbbell press done. Those felt pretty good, especially the second and third set. The first set usually gets a little wonky for me and then I start to find my groove. So second and third set was just perfect. Third set, I got 15 reps on all 3 sets. Third one was a little bit of grind, but I got there. So that means next week we are upping the weight, definitely. Then I followed it up with some dumbbell flies, flat press, flat dumbbell flies, and I haven't done dumbbell flies in a very, very long time. So it was nice to throw that in the rotation. I want to say like a couple years. I did do pec deck here and there when I was still training at a commercial gym. That was just for fun kind of thing, but never in a true training cycle, just because when you're at a commercial gym, it's a little bit more difficult to do the same exercise every single time with people there and stuff like that. So timing is always a thing. So it's nice that I can have like a stable exercise in rotation because it's in a home gym. So I have access to the equipment 100,000% of the time. And then I followed it up with some dumbbell rolling extensions. Still trying to get used to that just because it feels like a skull crusher with just a little bit of a pushback and then an extension. So I did that for 25 pounds for sets between 13 and 15 reps. I tried to stay around the 13 so I can like get better with the form and technique. So that is something, it feels easy, but also feels hard at the same time because you don't know, because it feels like when you do the extension part and you come forward, you roll forward, it feels like you're throwing it and it feels like you're cheating. So I'm trying to like do a step-by-step, but when you do a step-by-step, it feels so off and you just want to let it flow. But if I let it flow too soon, it feels like I'm just throwing the weight, and I'm pretty sure that's not how you do the rolling extension. That's why I took it out of my program for so many years. It just felt so easy because it felt like I was throwing it. So I'll figure it out, but I can't do any like JM press because it mangles my shoulders or anything with like a barbell right now in terms of skull crushers. So I will definitely figure that out. Now for the next exercise, because this is the second exercise of the video, we are doing tricep push downs, 70 pounds for sets of, I don't know yet, just because I upped the weight from last week from 65 pounds when I hammered out 15 pretty easily. So we are doing 70 pounds we're gunning for 10, but if we're feeling good, we're gonna go for more. Let's do it. Okay, that felt pretty good. I got 12. The angle is probably a little bit weird. I usually stand right about here, but if I do the angle, you're just not gonna see anything really, so I stood off to the side. And it's probably a little bit awkward with how I position myself. Once again, this contraption here, when you attach it to the squat rack, you have to angle your body because of how long the cable is. And you also have to position your body in such a way that so the weight doesn't swing. And trust me, if you have something like this at home, you know how absolutely fucking annoying it is when it starts swinging and it gets out of control and then you have to stop, reset, and yeah, just go through the whole process again. So you always have to be in control of the weight as best as possible, but also you can't control because it just swings. It's like momentum. As soon as you get a pickup, just a smidgen of momentum, starts swinging like a clock. So that gets super annoying. I got a couple more sets. Pretty nice that I got 12. It was getting a little tough around 10, but I knew I could push it a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that a little bit, and I'm gonna rest, hit the next couple sets, and I'll see you for the next exercise. Push muscles all done, push downs done. Finish off with 70 pounds for sets of 12. So we are definitely upping the reps for next week, maybe gun for 13. So that's some good progress there. I like to undershoot, especially when I go into the next week with a new weight. Usually I program between 8 and 10, but then I try to outdo it and see how I feel on that day. So yeah, push downs, we're feeling pretty good. Last set felt I was slowing down, especially around that 10 rep mark, but I got it, literally pushed through, and I got the last 2 reps. So now we have to some pulling muscles. We are now doing dumbbell chest supported row with 70 pounds for sets of 11. I'm gonna push for 11 because rows tire me the fuck out really quick. So let's see how I do. I upped the incline from what I'm normally used to, but to be honest, I don't want to take out dumbbell chest supported rows because I actually enjoy doing them, but I was getting a little tired of them. So all I did to change the staleness of it was just raise the incline, and I'm feeling a little bit more rejuvenated with the movement. So let's do this. 70 pounds, sets of 11. 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good right there. Holy shit. I may have to reduce the weight. I'm not too sure because if I lower the weight, for some reason I can hammer out 15 reps pretty easily. And then once I get to like rep 14 to 15, then it gets tiring. But I really don't want to go for 18 reps or something like that. I'd rather just up the weight and then slowly progress technique and form. But yeah, rowing tuckers me out any kind. Not really vertical, but yeah, a lot of horizontal pulling tires me out quick. So I like to keep it under 15 reps if possible, especially stuff like this and barbell rows, which I haven't done in a few weeks. So yeah, feeling good. Definitely will have to clean up form and technique by pulling a little bit further behind me. But other than that, pretty happy with how it moved. So I'm gonna rest for a little bit, do a couple more sets, and I'll see you for the final exercise of the video. I almost said accessory, but we're not doing accessories. We're just lifting. So let's do it. Last and final exercise of the video is chest supported, or supported lat pull downs. Single arm with a lovely handle. It's kind of weird because I feel like I'm out of the picture, but I've only thrown these into rotation. This is like week 3 of doing this exercise, and not gonna lie, I'm absolutely loving these. It just feels so nice on the back and the lats. So I have done unilateral lat pull downs at the gym I used to go to, but it was always taken, and I don't know, I just like that. I don't know, it just felt nice just doing a single arm, but I always forget that I can do this with this contraption here, but once again, you have to MacGyver some stuff and figure out a way to do certain exercises, especially with lat pull downs, just because of the cable, how long, the length of the cable. So let's get into it. It's at 55 pounds for sets of, I don't know yet, because last week I smashed out 50 for sets of 15, and that felt fucking glorious. So once again, once I up the weight, I undershoot it just of what I could probably hit pretty easily, and then try to beat that. So I programmed 10, let's go for 12. 11. Ooh. Oh my God. That felt really, really good. I don't know if I should use the 1-inch hole plates, because once it gets to a certain side on the little pin here, it kind of swings a little bit more until I have to like fix it like this and recenter it, because I know it swings a lot more. So it kind of threw off my right side, but the left side felt pretty good. It feels nice on the shoulder. In fact, it like stretches out the shoulder because of the lat and just whoosh. So still trying to figure out form and technique with that, because it's always slightly changing until I get a little bit more comfortable with it. But yeah, those sets of 12, and then hopefully gun for 13 to 15 next week, and then slowly progress like that. Progressive overload is what we're trying to do here. Build some muscle and try to get stronger at all the exercises, not just 3. So yeah, that's it. That's all. I'm going to finish the rest of the sets. Then I got some biceps and shoulders, but that's all boring. And then that's it for today. So comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at maximumoutput_training. And I'll probably upload daily. I try to upload daily, twice a day, every single day. But I might go through a changing process within my Instagram and try to do some things when it comes to content and try to target a certain demographic with what I usually train and what the insights are on my Instagram. So I'm still trying to help everybody build strength, mobility, and lose fat, but I might just kind of narrow it down a little bit more to a certain demographic. But yeah, I'll try to help out everyone as best I can. And yeah, I will be uploading this tomorrow, April 27th, and that is actually my birthday. So I will be 31. We'll party hard until we go till the break of dawn. Probably not. I'll probably be in bed before midnight, because last year for my 30th, I went too hard, but it was a good time. So tomorrow is probably gonna be low key, just some dinner and just kind of chill out and just have some fun with it and try not to die. But yeah, I will see you guys next week for another training vlog. Not too sure what's going to be, but hopefully you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Peace!